What's up, world? This is your boy Chike, the comedian, and I want to take a serious situation to really make sure we're asking ourselves honest questions, all right? The situation is the recent shooting of Jacob Blake, which I know everybody has seen on the internet and on TV already. But the question I want to ask y'all is, how angry are y'all? Like, for real, how angry are y'all really? People were, you know what, scratch that. People still are upset from George Floyd's murder. Everybody wants to make sure we say her name, hashtag Breonna Taylor. We got iconic athletes wearing names of victims from police brutality on their sneakers, on their clothes, on their memorabilia. It's a good statement, but how angry are y'all for real? Have some real policy and systematic change. We all know what police officers will keep doing to us even when they know they will be caught on video. So back to my question, how angry are y'all for real? We all knew George Floyd wasn't the end all be all. There are more victims on the way. I can promise you that. It's sad to say it, but I can promise you that. But what I want to pose is this question for everybody listening. If police officers came in your neighborhood and gunned down one of your own for no fucking reason at all, would you, as an unarmed citizen, have intervened? Actually, I'm going to make it more specific because I know that question wasn't for white people. I mean, we know what y'all wouldn't have done. So think about that for a second. You know what? Let's actually take it to another level. Imagine that scenario was happening in your neighborhood. And even more so, instead of the victim being Jacob Blake, it was your brother, your father, mother, your sister, your son or your daughter. And you watch them get gunned down in front of you and in front of their own children at the hands of police officers. With all that emotion going on inside you, what would you do in that moment knowing you were still disadvantaged as an unarmed citizen? Again, I'm gonna ask you, how angry are you? Now, immediately after witnessing your loved one murdered at the hands of police, I slip a pistol in your hand. How angry are you for real? What are you willing to do now that you know you have the means and you still have that anger? You going to fire back at the police officers? You going to start a shootout in the middle of the street? Or would you watch your loved one die right then and there in your face and then say, yeah, I think we should actually let these murderers leave our neighborhood and walk out of here scot-free so they can go home to their loved ones, knowing they can wake up tomorrow, clock the fuck back in, and then ruin the life of someone else in their family? Who does that? Where do you do that at? Do you know how dumb we look with all this protesting and rioting and looting? This is all misdirection of justified emotion, but it's still misdirected, even though it's justified. That's the point. I'm going to tell y'all a secret, man. Whether you notice or not, in 2020, protests don't do shit for policy change. Protests don't do shit to impact actual systematic change, y'all. Systematic racism and racial profiling by police are part of a decades-long, if not centuries-long, systematic process that doesn't get removed by a fucking protest. Yeah, protests are free. That's why you can do as many as you want. They don't do shit. Oh yeah, here's another secret. Protests only look good on TV. If all these nationwide protests weren't televised at all, would it take away from their effectiveness? Think about that. Real change in 2020 comes from education on the actual issues, which requires work, but we're a lazy nation, so that shit ain't gonna happen, and actually putting your money where your mouth is. So again, I'm gonna ask you, how angry are you? For real. If I could guarantee you systematic change within our police system and within political policy, but it costs every American their salary for 3 straight years, is that a price you're willing to pay? And remember, it don't work unless everybody buys in. How angry are you? Angry enough to give up 3 years of salary if it guaranteed you change? Unfortunately, a lot of y'all motherfuckers out here angry with too much free time not to know what to do with that emotion.